Hello everybody, Stomp Gamer here in patch 3.13, and so today we're going to take a look at, just going to do some general stuff. We're going to launch a constellation, we're going to equip a constellation, we're going to take a look at what's changed, any bugs we can find. We're going to take that Connie up, we're going to do some simple combat. We're going to launch a light fighter from the Connie, we're going to do some simple combat. We're just going to test stuff out, we're going to take a look at signed distance fields, we're going to take a look at how the Connie's flying, how the Parasite Fighter works, docking, undocking. We're going to take a look at just a little bit of everything and see what I've lost, what I've gained in the patch, see if we've had missing credits, stuff like that. So first things first, if you look at the screen here, I am equipping stuff on my Constellation Andromeda. And you're going to see something interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4 coolers. The Connie did not get 4 coolers magically. What you're looking at now is when you're putting equipment on your constellation, whether it's the Andromeda, the Phoenix, the Aquila, you're equipping equipment in this screen now for your constellation and your Parasite Fighter. So the two are now combined. So if you look here, this is the size 2 cooler, so you got to pay attention, because you could really mess your ship up. Because a size 1, because it'll let you equip a size 1 cooler on your constellation, and it will not work. The Connie, you won't even be able to power it up. The shields won't charge. It needs a size 2 cooler. So you'll see that Cooler 1 and Cooler 2 are for the Permafrost, which is the Connie, and then Cooler 1 here, you'll notice your only options you see are size 1s. So that's your your only hint that, hey, this is for our Parasite Fighter. So we'll go ahead and equip some size 1A coolers to the Parasite. So what was that? Glacier. Alright, so we've got that equipped. And then Light Blossom is obviously a size 1 power plant, so this is for your snub fighter. So we'll put a JS300 on it. Even though it's showing us a picture of the Connie here. Connie inside of a... I don't... Oh, wow. So that's the cooler attached to the constellation. I mean, the power plant attached to the constellation. Interesting. Okay. And then power plant. So that's the size 1. So now we're looking at size 2s. So we'll put JS400s. I did lose some more equipment. So it seems I'm slowly losing equipment I've purchased in-game, which is pretty annoying. Shield generator. So this looks like a size 2. Size 1, size 2. I really wish they were labeled better. So this is a size 2, so we'll put a FR76. And this is the size 1, so it's for our little fighter. We'll slap a Guardian. We'll do an FR66. Should be pretty maneuverable. And then we'll put a Rampart on this. Let's see if weapons are in there as well. Yeah, so okay. Let's see. So, gimbal, we got a Rhino, gimbal, a Rhino. We'll leave the Rhinos on for now. And then right wing, gimbal, Veramount, so okay. So this is the snub fighter, and it looks like they still limit you to size 1, so we might as well run gimbaled. You know what? We'll slap some yellow jackets on it. Go the full ballistic loadout. And then this is the turrets. And then the nose, you cannot change the nose. The nose will stay at the Tiger Strike T19. Because again, this doesn't show the Parasite Fighter on our little diagram, but it's the one that comes with the regular. So it's not the one that I reviewed with the 4 size 1s, it's the one that has 2 size 1s and a size 2. Alright, so we should be fully equipped. And then again, so I kept... Let's go back to here. I kept my credits. We lost some equipment. It's kind of hard to figure out exactly what I lost because I purchased a lot, but I definitely lost some. And I did not lose any of the armor for my character. I threw on the Star Kitten helmet. I'm not seeing the Star Kitten armor, which I thought was supposed to come. So if you look at the armor, I don't have Star Kitten, so I threw on my Avis. Whatever, we'll make it work. Who cares? I guess I should put on the pink to truly get it going. Am I able to pull a snub fighter on its own ship? I don't think so, Jacob. Let's take a look here. And again, there's another. Thank you for bringing that up, Jacob, because I needed to show you another funny thing. So I now have 3 hammerheads, 2 harbingers, 10 arrows. No, 11. Yeah, 10 arrows. Pro tip: I have not purchased 10 arrows. I don't know what the heck that is about. I've got 4 hornets. I did not purchase 4 hornets. Let's see, Gladiator Hawk, 2 Hurricanes, 2 Valkyries. I did purchase the Mustang Alpha in-game, so that stayed. I got 2 Star Runners. I got 3 Buccaneers, 4 Caterpillars. So there's some interesting ship duplication going on. So here is the P-72 Archimedes, so I should be able to bring that up. Let's see if it kept. I only see 1 Archimedes. Yeah, I only see 1 Archimedes. I do not see the other snub fighter, which is what the Saul Kruger. I forgot the name of the other one. Yeah, so I just see that one, and it doesn't look like it wants to come up by itself. So I think this is a bug or a loner or I don't know, but it doesn't seem to want to load. We'll let it sit for a little bit. I guess they gave us a Rock DS to play around with. I did not purchase one. I do not intend to purchase one. I think it is the most useless ground vehicle we have in the game, because you still have, oh, your driver's now enclosed, but the one mining is still not enclosed. So you're still limited for going outside. You're still limited for the amount of time you can go mining with it. I think it's useless. I really do. Don't spend your money on it unless you're going to use it as an upgrade for a ship in the future. If you want to try one out, buy it in game. Do not spend real money. But it looks like I kept all my purchased ships, so that's a good thing. But like I said, I got a lot of weird duplicates here, and it doesn't look like you could access the snub fighter anymore. Alright, let's go ahead and head out of the hangar. Let's close this chat, because chat is distracting. So we'll head to the hangar, and we will summon... What the heck is this showing me? A ladder that's 2 meters away. Interesting. We'll go ahead and summon the Andromeda and head up. Let's head and see if we can find this ladder. Huh. So again, this is the first look at 3.13, so we'll see what bugs. I know it was extremely buggy on the PTU, so I'm very surprised they went live with this. I know it's because they're trying to get ready for Invictus Week, but, yeah, we'll have to see what happens with everything. But that being said, as we're all very much aware Invictus, I'm going to try to be online. Again, as most of you should be aware, I'm an airline pilot, so my schedule is very much dependent on the airline. I don't get to pick it. So if I'm home for Invictus Week, I'll definitely have a video every single day during it. If I'm not home, I may not get any. I may get 1, I may get 2. It's all going to be dependent on what I can do. I'll try to make videos on the road on my laptop. I've experimented with it before. It should be good enough to do general show floor kind of stuff, but it may not be enough for me to be test flying ships for you guys. But I don't think there's a whole lot of new ships coming out to test fly other than the Hercules. And it looks like the game is running relatively stable. Let's just enjoy the immersion.
Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines.
Ah, Star Citizen, I love you and hate you at the same time. Nothing like having a teleporting NPC.
Attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious and dangerous offense.
God, I look like an idiot with that helmet, but I like it anyway. Just forget about it. It's new, so we wear it.
Person security reserves the
Check the
right to
chat
search
here.
travelers at any time.
Okay. Now my head tracking does not seem to be working when I'm in FPS, which I probably forgot to enable it. That's fine.
Step away from the
So long as it's
platform
working
edge
when I'm
when
flying. I actually think I prefer it off. That's a Glucoso helmet, I think. Pretty good look.
Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious and
So this
dangerous
ladder is
offense.
still 2 meters away from us, and it's following us. So I have a feeling for our entire play session, we're going to have a ladder 2 meters away
Next
from us.
stop, Metro Center.
Teleporting, stalking, ladder. Immersion! And this guy's popping in and out of frame. So now I have to put a warning seizure notification on my video. And you'll notice I haven't shaved in a couple of days. I've been off work for about 10 days. I've been mostly playing way too much World of Tanks, having a good time with that,
Now
playing with
arriving
the kid,
Metro
3D
Center.
printing,
Please
you know, all
watch
that
your
fun
step
stuff.
when disembarking the train.
Haven't really had a whole lot of reasons to make videos lately.
Be considerate to your fellow travelers. Do not lock doors.
I really trust this security to keep us safe. I'm not being overcritical, but I feel like, you know, if Squadron 42 is as close to completion as they say, we should be seeing better NPC AI than this. I mean, oh well. Children of the Corn. See if the AI in space does any better. And now, because I have 10 arrows and 4 of this and 5 of that, it's going to take forever to scroll through all this. Alright. I wish I could have given me extra Phoenixes. That'd be nice. Some more pretty fancy ships to fly around. And I have a 600i as well, so that must be a loaner for something, or I don't know. Going to Hangar 03. So there's the Constellation and the Merlin, so they spawned together and they're showing us 2 separate entities. Hey, don't look at me. My helmet. I chose my Star Kitten. Speaking of, my cat is asleep up there, so if you guys hear him meowing at me loudly, it's what I deal with. I may have a man cave, but I have to share it with my cat. Whoa! Okay, there we go. Now the hangar loaded in. That was a little scary. Okay, so the paint came on. This is not one of the nameable ships, so we'll take a look later if we have time at the Carrack. There's a snub fighter, and it looks like the equipment did go on there, so we've got the guns. Good to go. We'll drop the cargo door. Maybe. There's the interaction point. So they've added these circles for the interaction, so that's good. Used to be you just clicked on the elevator. Alright, but now how do I get up? No control panel here. I doubt I can interact with that from here. Connie, what have they done to you? There we go. Maybe? close. Alright. So it's towards the front now, this little button control panel. Which I guess makes sense, because the ladder is there. Alright, so up the ladder. We'll test getting in and out in zero gravity, because that was always an issue in the Connie. And again, the Connie, I think, is a very important ship for the game. One, I think most people have it, and for a lot of people it's the kind of max level ship that they've purchased in the game. You know, they're like, their top of the line multiplayer ship is the Constellation, because, you know, first off, especially the Andromeda, you can have now 4 people in it. 2 in the turrets, 1 flying the fighter, 1 flying the ship, 5 maybe if you want one as an engineer. It's a very good multiplayer ship, in my opinion. Alright, so let's take a look at power. We'll go ahead. Make sure that all the guns are there. Our 24 size 2 and 28 size 1s, so we will not be running out of missiles. And we'll overclock just the shields. We're not going to worry about the weapons. And let's go ahead and head on up. Let's see if my... Okay, my head tracking is working. It's about to get funky as I scoot my chair forward. Oh, I didn't check my controls. Nope, mistake. Stomp bar of the pilot may just crash. We'll see. Poop happens, as they say. I love the tooltips that are just way wrong. Alright, it does not look like my control binds transferred, so I'm going to have to copy them back. Ooh, I have not flown keyboard and mouse in a long time. Head up to orbit. We're definitely not going to be doing any stomp bar review ships until I get those keybinds transferred. That is annoying. Did the joystick? My joystick seems to work at least. So it's my HOTAS, it's not transferred. We'll leave her up in cruise mode. Hopefully she doesn't slow down. Key bindings. Control profiles. Nope, I'm gonna have to recopy it. Guess we could try. Cause I'm using an X56. Load the default. I have no idea what the default controls are for the game. Definitely need to set the dead zones. Oof. She's touchy. Alright, we'll head to Everest Harbor if we could find it, or just a Lagrange point, something. Let's not go to L5. Oh, I didn't switch out the quantum drive, so we got the stock quantum drive. Bad, Jose. Alright, let's go. Everest in L2. Alright, there's Everest Harbor. Oof, she's touchy. Yeah, so none of my strafes are in there. Alright. Yeah, we may end up just using keyboard and mouse. But right now, we're going to go ahead and come to a full stop. Oh, of course there's a player targeting me for reasons. Where's my boost? None of my keybinds are set. I'm not here for combat. Alright, so we'll use keyboard and mouse to fly for now. I'm not going to talk to you. Jesus. Oh, and now it's overridden the mouse and keyboard? Alright, let's come to a stop and hope this guy doesn't attack us. Let's get out of the seat. Now's my helmet on. Yes, okay. Definitely some server lag here. Alright, let's get in the ship. Enter pilot seat. So that's us transferring the physics grids. You can see that happening.
Your adventure, courtesy of Kruger Intergalactic. Systems active.
Alright, now how do I... Menu, comms... Alright, so it doesn't look like we use comms to request docking. Open exterior, engine on. How do I leave? Clocks, I would like to take off. Controls are in different locations, so save a setting and check for the name in Windows and copy the old controls. Yeah, I'll probably copy from PTU, because I did have them on there. I forgot all about it until I made the video. If anyone knows how to exit the Connie, that'd be great. Let's see, N?
Begin launch sequence.
There we go. Whoa!
System active.
Okay, that's pretty funny. Alright, so we have exited. And apparently the Connie is just flying along for reasons. Great, now we'll never catch it. You're supposed to be at a full stop, Constellation. I don't know why you're moving. Alright, so there's our guns, everything works, the ship works. Now we'll try to catch up to it and dock. Which is going to be a challenge since she's moving. Yeah, she's moving. Actually, here's a test. We can test sign distance fields ourselves.
Friendly target.
That looks like that went right through the shields. Did anyone else see that?
Friendly target. Friendly target.
I have not seen any shields acting up. get up here and request docking, and we'll see. 99.2%. This is really hard to fly with mouse and keyboard when you're used to the other way.
Friendly target.
Yeah, so we're definitely doing damage to our ship. Lovely. Let's see how close we have to get to request docking.
Landing gear deployed.
No. Okay, gear down. I guess it's probably a press and hold. Or do we use comms? Up. Oh! Nope, there she is. I thought she despawned. She just desynced. Alright, how fast do we think she's going? A little bit faster. There. Alright, so pushing and holding N isn't doing anything. I don't see on the comm panel a way to request docking. Try targeting the ship. Not seeing. So we have reached the oopsie, but again, it's free. We've already got one test where if you take it off from your ship, the shields for some reason do not work. So let's see. I don't want to crash into my ship while I'm trying to figure this out. I know there's a keybind for hail target, but obviously I don't know what it is off the top of my head. And like being told is if you go more than 30 kilometers away, the ship will despawn. So let's look at key bindings. Flight. Star map, where's hail target? This is fun! Really, so much fun. So exciting. Toggle auto land, mining mode. Pin target, index target, lock, cycle. Hail target is 9. Alright. Whoop! Hadn't realized how close we were. Let's try 9. Try to get closer now. Initial test of this patch? Question mark? You would think, since you're your parasite fighter and you launch by pressing N, that's all you would need to do. But apparently not. It's not letting me hail the target. Got a little bit closer. That doesn't work. Holding N does not seem to work. I'll press and hold 9. That doesn't work. Well then, what an exciting gameplay. Alright, so now we got a circle now. Maybe that'll do it? Nine, nope. Let's check keybinds again. Hopefully we don't crash in the meantime. Is there a request landing to your ship or redock button now? Afterburner, strafe, free look. Hopefully we don't slam into the ship while I'm looking for this. I am not seeing how to redock. I will try to interact with the ship. Nope. Just try to get closer then. Pushing and holding that. I'm holding 9. And none of that works. Well then.
Friendly target. Friendly target. Friendly target. Friendly target.
Might as well see how long it takes to blow it up.
Friendly target. Friendly target. Friendly target.
Quite a long time, it looks like.
Weapons, major system issues. Friendly target.
So, yeah, I don't think there's enough ammo in this ship to blow up a constellation. Good to know. But we have no way to redock with our ship, so this is kind of a moot point.
Friendly target. Self-destruct activated.
Frustrated Jose. Or Stompar. You know my first name now. Cool. So we're going to blow ourselves up, and then we're going to head back to Lorville, and we're going to start all over again, because what else are you going to do? And copy our keybinds now. Lesson learned. So initial experience for 3.13 is meh. I mean, server overall stable-ish. Oh. Except we can't get out of bed. There we go. Get out of our hab. We'll head to the train. We'll claim our ship. We'll copy keybinds real fast. Anyone in chat, all 2 viewers, know how to request docking with your ship again? Anyone? Bueller? No? Neither do I. Cool. ask here in a moment. How do you redock with your constellation? Target and press N. We did that.
Hiring in multiple departments. If credits are tight, we even offer a credit.
That's kind of what I thought it was.
Qualified employees and industry lines.
Did that too. Yay. So we were doing it right, just Constellation said no. Yeah, the only thing I can think of, Zumo, is it's bugged right now, that if there's no one actively flying the ship, it doesn't register as yours.
Step away from the platform edge when train is approaching.
So I think we can say overall we have some bugs. So I think you don't want to launch your parasite fighter if you're the only one in the ship, is what it's looking like. Yeah, and it definitely should not have flown away by itself. You all saw from the video, I put the speed limiter at 0 and got out of the seat, and then it just started flying away on its own. So, yeah, that's fun. So we're going to go ahead and reclaim the ship, and we'll try again on another constellation after I copy my keybinds over. Luckily I have lots of constellations, but I may need to get a partner to fly with me. That may be the only way to make this happen. What we'll do is this time we'll just turn off the engines when we undock. We'll just use a stock ship at this point. So let's go claim you. So when I claim, I wait for this timer to start clicking so that I know it actually worked. There it goes. And we'll retrieve the Phoenix. If we're going to have to fail miserably, let's fail miserably in a pretty ship. And yeah, they have not fixed the magnetic bed in Lorville yet. Hangar 03. Again, same hangar. This is cutting into my workout time. I'm supposed to be doing some more lifting this morning, but I figured I'd make a little video just to pop in and stream for anyone who feels like watching so that you can see what it looks like right now. Alright, we'll use this elevator this time. And I'll copy the keybinds once we lift off out of the hangar here. coming back to me how to fly with keyboard and mouse, though, kind of.
You are clear to launch.
Takeoff complete.
I do love the eye tracking. So I can just peek up to see when it's open. There's the gear. Speed limiter up.
Landing gear raised.
Cruise control on. Send to space. And let's find
Thank
these
you.
keybinds now. Real fast Alt Tab. Whoop. And Windows. I hate the new Windows. I'm still not used to it. Where did I put StarSit? Okay. Let's see if it's still... Yeah, so it's still here, so I just have to copy these and then put them in the new location, which I think went to Client 0 Controls Mapping. So that's a new place you gotta copy. So basically you go to the same folder, copy it, and then put them in there and you should be good to go. So then now we go here, go to Options, Key Bindings, Advanced, Control Profiles. There it is. Load to joystick and joystick 1. Load. Go back here. Inversion settings. Flight. Movement. No, not mouse. Joystick. There we go. Because for some reason they always have strafe up and down. So we do that. And then I'll worry about the dead zones later. Let's see. Alright, that's in there. Roll's working. This should be reversed now. That's some boost in there. Good. Reverse is working. I use full, so basically middle of my throttle is 0, and then all the way forward. And then I usually adjust a dead zone for it, so that'll work better once I adjust the dead zones, etc. But again, we're just testing first time up here. So now, I'm going to head a little bit higher up. We're not going to go to Everest Harbor, because I want to kind of be away from players. I don't want someone shooting at my ship, since I already shot at my own ship. And we'll test this again with the ship at a full dead stop. We'll test a couple of things first before we launch the Parasite Fighter. We'll test getting in and out of the hangar bay in 0G. We'll test as much as we can. We will not log out in the bed, because if you log out in the bed right now, that can cause infinite loading screen, apparently. So that's always fun. So there's our Aquila for the exterior. Still a pretty girl. No, that's a Phoenix, I'm sorry. Right, that should be pretty close to high enough. We're at 45. We gotta go till the ladder goes away. When the ladder goes away, we should be in orbit. Because otherwise, if I turn off the engines, we might fall back down. We'll leave it like that, and I'll try to get some dead zones adjusted. Joystick 1, sensitivity, flight, dead zone X. I think I usually set everything at like 1. No, that's a dead zone. I need the curves. Okay, so dead zone. We'll do like that. It's the sensitivity curves. Now, where is it? We did the dead zone saturation. Oh, there we go. Flight movement. That's what I was looking for. 1.6-ish. Just slap that in there. And then go to the next joystick. Dead zone. C. There we go. It's just real rough just to get something in there. Alright, so we're up in orbit. Turn off the speed limiter. I'll go to what should be 50% on my joystick. There we go, that works a lot better. So I like having a little bit of a dead zone, because one, any joystick you have, unless you've got a really nice expensive Virpil or something that's really top of the line, is going to have a little bit of play in it. So I don't like, if I'm wiggling my stick a little bit, I guess you can't really see it, but if I'm wiggling the stick a little bit, I don't want my ship wiggling. So right here you can see I'm at 0, and I got a little bit of play forward and back on the throttle before it registers being forward or back. So having those dead zones and sensitivity curves set can really help if you're using a HOTAS. Alright, but now we're going to come off with the engines. We can use... I don't want to power off the ship. I want to engine off.
Engines on.
Alright, so now it should not fly away from us. In theory. If it does, then we definitely know it's a bug. Alright, so we'll come back here. Such a pretty Phoenix. Now, I think cargo bay is through here. Nope. Pretty little room. There's another room, I believe. Or is that the cargo bay? One of these goes down to the cargo bay. Another room. I love my Phoenix, but I never use it. Big room. I claim this one. No one can have it. This one is mine. Your hot tub still doesn't work. Nice comfy seats. How do I get to the cargo bay? Is it on the floor? So that goes to the parasite fighter and components. There is a way to get to the cargo bay. See, it looks like it would be here. But it's not any here. Oh, the bar. The bar is important. We should be drinking alcohol right now for testing this, but it's, you know, during the day. I'm not much of a day drinker. Alright, we'll head out this way and open the cargo bay and find our way in. Alright, so... Okay. I'm taking damage. Please tell me my helmet is on. Okay, helmet's on. I took some damage coming out of the ship, but you'll see I actually have gravity on this elevator. So that's a big bonus, because we used to not have gravity. So you'd be in EVA right now, just kind of floating around. So we're in the physics grid. And there's that very, we'll just say, not smooth transition from EVA to not EVA. And then now we'll come and we'll open the cargo bay. Just like we said is in the back here. Alright, so there should be gravity in this cargo bay now. Although they have said apparently you can't load boxes on the cargo base. So we're going to be careful as we come in here, because I don't want to die. So we should snap. And there we are. We're walking. That... Okay. We've had some bugs today. This is awesome. In case you guys don't remember, this was such a pain. You'd be parking at a station, someone's trying to get on your ship, and they had to use the side docking collars because the cargo bay didn't work, the forward cargo bay didn't work. You're doing, you know, a mission with the Idris and you can't get cargo on here. This is pretty frickin' huge, the ability to come in and just easily get in and out of the cargo bay. So that's a huge fix from CIG. So that is, I mean, again, that's if nothing else, that's a good fix that I'm happy about. Now we'll test the ship docking and undocking, and we'll see where the cargo bay exit is on the... Okay, so it looks like it's an elevator in the back on the Phoenix that I didn't know about. So it comes up here. We get stabbed by the top deck. Oh, you're supposed to call it first, then go up. Okay. Okay, so it was here. So how do you... Oh. Found it. Thanks, Zums. I found it now. It just took a little bit. Okay. Let's go see the Parasite Fighter. Let's try that out now. Okay, bud. In our pilot seat. Alright, so we'll power up.
Your adventure, courtesy of Kruger Intergalactic.
Thank you, Kruger.
Systems active.
And that's right, it's Kruger, not Saul Kruger. Saul Kruger is from Elite Dangerous.
Charge of shields complete.
Alright, we will exit. So we hit N once.
Begin launch
Okay, so
sequence.
one press of N, and
Engine
out we
system
come.
active.
And we can see it says RSI Constellation Phoenix, right? So we'll back up just a smidge. Alright. Oh, it's so much nicer to use my HOTAS to fly. Not gonna lie. It looks like I got my inversion set. Sweet. Okay. First off, one quick test. Well, I'm not gonna shoot at the ship, because it could be shooting at the ship is what made it hostile, maybe? And it wouldn't let us dock? I don't know. We'll see. Target this guy in front of us. Press N.
Request to dock activated. Request to dock denied. Landing gear deployed.
Alright, try it again.
Request to dock activated. Request to dock denied. Landing gear raised.
Alright, we'll get a little closer then. And if you gotta be this close to make this work,
Request to dock activated. Request to dock granted.
adjust position to align with docking port. Oh. Yeah, so you definitely need your ship parked. It's kind of goofy. Is that the alignment? Yeah, because that doesn't seem to move. So the center is green.
Auto docking.
There we go. So you push and hold. Just pressing it once doesn't do it. You gotta get close enough where it says that align with docking port.
Docking concluded. Engine system disengaged.
Interesting. So the issue was the ship was moving. With the ship moving, it would not work. That's pretty clunky. Because you're gonna, I guess, you're gonna disengage in combat. So if you're disengaging in combat, it's to fight, and then once all the combat's done and you're re-engaging, then in theory, you're not in combat anymore. But my question is what happens if you need to bug out? Do you leave your frickin' parasite fighter behind while you quantum away? That's interesting. Alright. That's one successful-ish test of docking and undocking. So let's go try some combat now and test signed distance fields with us in the ship. And again, we use just a stock loadout. Nothing fancy. As someone was saying, bounty missions were not showing up, so we'll see. And give me engines on. Engines on.
Engines on.
Close exterior. There we go. Alright, now that that's done, let's see what missions we can find, if any. One of Africa. Sure. Okay, that's a player bounty. Don't really want that. I'm not gonna try PvP on live stream first time in the PTU. Let's see, service beacon. So a lot more missions, really. Shipping error, quantum tenses, cargo. How much does that pay? Ooh, 20,000. That's pretty good. I've heard these can take a while though, so we're not gonna pick that up. Service beacon, combat assistance. 83, 38. Of course, you'd all be far away. I guess that one's pretty close, so let's try that one. Track. I thought I turned this off inside of here, but I guess not. Alright, so. Where are we heading to? Right there. Dang it. If you have IR head tracking set up, I highly recommend turning it off inside of the Mobiglass, because as you can see, it's kind of a pain. So we gotta go there first. Connie's? I don't know, it kind of feels like it's sloppy again in its handling. We'll see when we're actually in combat.
Drive is now on. Drive is now off.
Yeah, she's doing that same sloppy handling thing again, at least when not moving. So that's kind of a pain. That would be unfortunate when we finally get Parasite Fighter back. They revert some of the buffs that the Connie had received. We'll see how she works now. Alright, so we're here to protect him. Problem for him is I actually kinda wanna just get shot. Because we're here to test signed distance fields. But we gotta, I guess, activate and target these guys first. Make this guy angry at us. Now shoot at us, please. There we go. Alright, so we're getting shot in the back, and the sides. I guess they blew up the person we're supposed to defend. Shoot at me! I mean, I don't know. I see a little bit of the signed distance field activating on it, but not much. At least not on that one. Alright. Let's get back to these guys. we're not taking any combat, any damage, and I'm just sitting here.
Shields max.
We got this guy angry at us.
Shields max. Shields damaged.
Alright, so shields taking damage, hull. I don't know, it looks like the shield holes, I mean, we still have our engines attached. Let's get this guy angry at us. Oops. I wasn't trying to kill you. Darned it. Alright. Alright, they're getting missile locks on us. We'll not avoid the missile. I don't know, man. I think they fixed the shield holes, at least it's looking like it. Because we're getting shot at.
Shields max.
I mean, that's an Aurora. But yeah, his shields are getting damaged before. We're at 0 hull damage while we're getting
Shields damaged.
Okay, there's some engine damage. Keep shooting at me, people.
Shields max.
Alright, so there's the cheeks. So the cheeks are still... But then again, my forward shield is taking some damage. So that would make sense. Alright, we're gonna fight in earnest now.
Shields max.
Oof, son.
Shields max. Target acquired. Shields max.
Now my targeting hostile is not working, so I have to check that keybind later.
Shields damaged.
Obviously this is not an ideal combat
Shields
loadout.
max.
But we're doing alright as far as... Like, you can see the effects on the shield as we're hitting this guy. And the shields have to come down before we do any serious damage because we're using laser cannons.
Shields critical.
And the shields are taking damage before we are, which is, you know, kind of how it's supposed to be. Oh my god. Die already. Fine. Here, have a missile. Oh, we're too close for missiles. Switching to guns. You're all red. Die already.
Shields max.
That should be enough to kill you. He's all red, but he's not dying. It's a very strong 325A.
Shields damaged.
Oh, that was a cool effect.
Shields max.
Omnis guys are not good for little fighters in a big conning.
Enemy down.
Alright, now we gotta find the next guy and we'll target him.
Enemy down.
And last guy. At least on initial inspection, I'm going to say Sign Distance Fields has fixed shield holes, because the amount of damage we just let them do to us is pretty high. And we took his shield down, and then we damaged that part of the ship where the shield was down.
Enemy down.
Alright, next. Pretty annoying to have to look down and press T to target. Definitely need to get that keybind fixed.
Shields damaged.
Still some server desync, as you can see there. Let's hit you with a missile or two. Gonna put her in reverse.
Target acquired.
I guess he used a countermeasure.
Target acquired.
I don't think that hit.
Enemy down.
Alright. So, no more targets. Let's take a look at the exterior. And we took some damage on the right cheek. It looks like a little bit, but not a lot. But most importantly, we have all 4 engines still attached, which is more than usual. Let's go now. And let's do a claim jumper. And let one of the turrets shoot at us. So far, I'd say at least it looks like sign distance fields, so at least on the Connie, have fixed a lot of the shield holes.
Drive is now.
And yeah, the docking is definitely clunky as hell. Having to have the ship mostly at a full stop. I hope they again, this is iteration 1, so there's that. But it's definitely interesting to see how she fares. I don't know. See on the right cheek there, so we'll lose some maneuverability when that dies. But otherwise, I mean, the ship, usually these engines, for the amount of just letting people shoot at you, you'd lose an engine or two pretty quickly. We'll see if that happens against these guys. And again, we're not overclocking the shields, we're just leaving everything stock. What items do we have on here? So Daybreak power plants, Frost Star, Omni Skies, Chimali shields, which are pretty crappy, the Bolon quantum drive, which is pretty crappy. Component-wise, let's see, looks like everything is at mostly 100% after letting people shoot at us, so that's good. I just see that one area here, maybe some yellow here, hard to tell, but I think these are just the openings. So yeah, the only thing red is the cheeks, which I think I remember hearing that the side distance fields didn't fix that. Could be wrong, so we'll see. If we lose them on the very first combat, we'll know.
Is now off.
Oh god, I forgot we're using the Bolon, so we gotta wait for the cooldown now. Twiddling my thumbs. Does look like we got a little bit of a lighting pass inside the cockpit. Here we go.
Auto drive is now on. Auto drive is now off.
Now again, what we're looking for is on the shields, right? So we should expect the shields to take most of the hits first, and then the ship. So if we know if we're at full shields and the hull starts flashing, then we know that this, side distance fields aren't working. But again, our forward shields did go down a couple of times while letting people shoot at us and in combat, so it would make sense to see some damage on the forward part of the ship, which we have on the cheeks. So that does sound good. Now, Bench, I don't know. The Carrack's a good ship, but unfortunately it really is a multiplayer ship. So if you've got more than one person playing with you at a time, the Carrack is definitely hands down better than a Constellation. But if you do single and occasionally do multiplayer, then the Constellation is simply superior. Now, radar contact, and I can't target closest. Gosh darned it. Let's get a little bit closer here. Let's go to controls real fast to get this targeting squared away. Target cycling. Let's do cycle hostiles reset to closest. Oh yeah, that's keyboard and mouse. I want joystick. Cycle hostiles reset to closest. And we'll do that. And cycle targets. I want just regular. Cycle all forward. There. Alright. Turn to game. There we go. So much nicer. Hello, Mr. Sentry. I need you to shoot at me, please. And we'll put that nice little bar right in between us and the sun. Yeah, the Warden, Saber, and Titan are definitely some options for single player. Alright, so it's shooting at us. We're going to come to a stop. And we're going to let you shoot at us, Mr. Sentry. Alright, I guess I got to get closer because I forgot how slow firing you are. It's a pretty big gun. I think it's a size 5 on the sentry turret, 2 size 5s. I could be wrong.
Shields damaged.
Alright, so those shields, no hull.
Shields max.
Alright, coming to a stop. And let's watch. Please shoot again, Mr. Turret.
Shields max.
Shield down, no hull damage.
Radar contact.
That's probably a prospector. And again, shield, no hull, so that's working as intended. Let's show our butt.
Shields max.
Ooh, rear shield takes damage fast. That must have been 2 hits. But no damage to the engines. Still no damage. We'll give it a side now. There we go. Rotate.
Shields max.
Side, no hull damage.
Shields damaged.
Alright, give it the top. And again, these are stock shields. And again, shield damage only. I think I'm going to call that a win for shield holes. Alright, now, next test. We're going to take this guy out.
Radar contact. Enemy down.
Take out these 3 turrets. And then we're going to try the snub fighter combat. Which should be interesting. We'll probably die. 'Cause I'm pretty sure one hit from these orbital sentries will take out the snub fighter without an issue.
Radar contact. Enemy down.
Hey, Benj. Yeah, I can understand having to uninstall if you get a little too focused on the game. It's always good to take a break. Like, I've definitely been playing way too much World of Tanks. Like I've said, I joined a competitive clan, and I've been kind of doing advances in skirmishes. I'm a recruiting officer with them as well. Check out Skullheads if you're playing World of Tanks and interested in looking at a clan. Gotta have 1500 win rate. Win 8, excuse me. But anyway, so that being said, with StarCid being out and more stuff to do coming, that's a good thing. And I definitely recommend popping in every now and then and playing. Alright, so we're going to come up close to this guy. We're going to take him out, and then we're going to go look for...
Shields max.
It's so nice to actually have the shields take the hits now.
Radar contact.
And again, so there's another... We've already killed 2 of these turrets, and now's when it's recognizing we're here. So that's an issue with the server. Alright, we're going to come off with the engines now.
Engines off.
Then we're going to jump in that snub fighter and see how we do. Yeah, sorry, as I look to read the chat on the other screen, the head tracking does follow sometimes, so I apologize for that. Let's see. Since you have an Aquila available, do those cannons overheat as well? I have not had a lot of issues. Again, it helps when you adjust your coolers. Adjust position to align with docking port, but we're in the ship. Watch us not be able to launch again.
Begin launch.
Okay, there we go.
Engine system active.
Alright, so we're gonna drop down, release the gear,
Landing gear deployed.
and now we're gonna look for some more targets.
Contact confirmed.
So this is a completely stock little ship, so in theory one hit from the turret should take down our shields. Alright, so we'll see how this works out for us. I should probably overclock the shields. One hour later.
Target destroyed.
I mean, that's not bad at all. Not a single shot, very maneuverable. War's the next one, ladies and gentlemen. I guess that's the next one. So again, I guess this has very small shield area. Let's see. Oh, that's a Phoenix.
Contact confirmed.
There we go. There's that one. So again, we're just doing a combat orbit, trying to keep him from shooting at us. Although I guess if we really want to test, I should let this guy hit me. We'll let the next one hit us. And we'll see if the shields take sub of the initial damage. I would imagine one hit, I think, could take the ship out. If it doesn't, then we know shields have definitely been fixed. We'll see. I have no idea if this shield can handle a hit. We'll find out. Crossing fingers. Oh! No. Maybe not an accurate test because we really don't know if the shields on that Merlin or whatever, the Archimedes, is actually able to take a direct hit from two size whatevers are on the Sentry. So that may not have been an accurate test. I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen because size 1 shield, one of them. So I'm not surprised that two, I think they're size 5s, I really do. Two size 5 laser cannons are enough to one-shot you. So, not a fair test for the poor snub fighter, unfortunately. An entertaining way to end the stream. So my initial thoughts so far, Constellation still flies well. Good ship to use in the game, especially with the snub fighter. Unfortunately, the docking right now is very clunky. I wouldn't rely on your snub fighter to the middle of, you know, oh god, we're in combat, launch, back us up. I would probably launch it like you're going to go do claim jumpers, launch the snub fighter, put 2 people in the turrets, go to town, because you're going to have enough firepower to make short work of just about anything. And if you're, you know, flying, you know, in PvP and you got enough people on your ship, sure, launch it. It is some additional help. But again, as we saw, I mean, it is a snub fighter. It's not going to do very well in combat if it gets hit. And on top of that, we see issues where you can't really dock very well if the ship is moving, unless it's moving very slowly, because you need to really get close, you need to line up. So it's a pretty clunky docking and undocking, unfortunately. So that's kind of my initial thoughts for 3.13. We have not tested caves. That's not really my forte. I do FPS combat with the org, and for fun. I'm not an FPS guy most of the time. If I want to do FPS, I'll play Call of Duty or Destiny. But I do it in Star Citizen with a group. See, I've got a gun. I kind of know how to use it. Mostly I fly ships and fly planes. That's what I do. So I'll have to say that, you know, initially the server seems relatively stable. I mean, we've been streaming for an hour and 23 minutes. We haven't had a crash. The only issue we had was trying to dock with a Connie that was randomly moving. So if you're flying the ship by yourself and you want to use a snub fighter, turn off the engines, leave it at a stop. Don't leave more than 30 kilometers away, because if you do, you could have issues. Hang on, I want to salute this guy. So again, you know, those are kind of my thoughts here. So I'm seeing Benj in the comments talking about he'd say play for a couple of hours, then 16 hours later still be playing. That's something I want to point out. Benj, I'm sorry you kind of had some issues with controlling yourself with the game. But again, you know, set a timer, set some way to make yourself log out so you're not playing for 16 hours. That would be my advice to that. Or schedule it in, you know you can spend 16 hours to play. Give yourself, you gotta have some time for yourself. But for other people, I mean, Benji is finding enough time to play the game for 16 hours. It tells you that there is stuff to do in game, and there's more and more every day. Definitely some more testing we can all do to play around. I'm gonna go ahead and claim my ship, because you can no longer claim the snub fighter by itself. That is one thing. You gotta claim both together. So if your snub fighter gets blown up and you're still flying around on the Connie, you're going to have to claim them both. It's the only way to get it, because they're now attached to each other, which is kind of a pain. And take a peek in game, you may have a crap ton more ships than you thought. Like, I don't know where these two came from. A 600i and a 600i Touring. They must be loaders, maybe. Let's see what else we got here. Freelancers. Okay, so we do have these separate, so maybe you can summon them separately, but the last I heard is you can't. So this whole system is kind of funky now with the snub fighters. I want to take a quick peek before we end the stream and see if the Carrack, because I have the Carrack here. M7A was overheating without relation to the cooler. You added a couple of shots and it shut down. Well, we'll test that in the next stream, Zums. How do I pronounce your name? Zumzifero. I'll test that in the next stream. I want to see if the... let's see. It does not look like the Pisces is matched with the Carrack, so it's still a separate ship. Which is kind of a pain, because I enjoyed being able to summon the Carrack. It would be nice to be able to summon the Carrack and the Pisces together. And I do have this ship named, but I think that was an issue with some skins. The name doesn't show up. Hangar... It's not showing up in this. We'll go ahead and summon the Carrack, and we'll take a peek to see if the name is showing up. Go through my 10 arrows for reasons. Hangar 5. Let's take a peek. And I'm going to have to do some additional, now that we've got a new patch to play with. I'm going to do a lot of testing on my own, not on stream later. After I play my daily battles and tanks and get my workout, because I got to get my workout in. Hangar 0505. Trying to get back in shape. I allowed myself to get kind of overweight and out of shape because I was just doing too much gaming. And as a pilot, you do have to at least keep yourself in a certain physical condition so you can keep your FA medical. I don't want to lose my medical, so I'm going to have to work out. Alright, let's look for a ship name on the Carrack. I forgot what I named this girl. We'll get in the ship and we can use the F4 to take a peek. Because running around the ship might take us a little too long. Now I am looking forward to AI-controlled turrets, because then the Carrack will be Tre Bueno. Let's take a look at the exterior here. And antenna, serial number. I do not see a name on my Carrack. I know that there was an issue where apparently the names were not showing up on some skins, but this is the stock Carrack Expedition. So, it should be on here, I would think. But I don't remember what I named this ship. I know the Star Runner, I used the Reasonable Excuse. That's from a book series, so if you know that series, you'll kind of know why that's a good name for a Star Runner. Welp. In the end of that, we're going to go ahead and call this a stream for now. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves a little bit. I know it was kind of a long-running stream. Not really focused like my usual videos, but I just figured I'd do something, pop it in, showing you guys what we've got. Okay, and 600i is a sub-ship for the month, which explains why I have that. I'm tempted to get one again. I do miss mine. It was a nice ship. But, you know, I kind of shouldn't be spending any money since I got the second kid on the way at the end of the month in August. So, yeah. Yeah, it's the 600i is great for PvE. You launch big old cannons on it, good strong shields, and you just sit back and chuckle and shoot things from a distance. Alright everyone, have a good one, take care. I'm signing out for today, and I go to work tomorrow for another 4-day trip. When I'm back from that, hopefully we'll have either another micro patch, or I'll be able to get some more testing in here with some friends. I'm going to try to get some friends in here so we can actually test multiplayer in the Carrack. Ship to, check the snub fighter with 2 people flying it, and see if that assists with, docking while moving the ship, etc. So,